Hey guys, welcome back to Hungry Geeks. I'm Ethan the Guzman, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about networking and about your home Wi-Fi connection. If you're currently on an internet service provider and you say your internet is kind of slow and you have a lot of family members or maybe connected devices, maybe it's time to have a router upgrade. So your old ISP router or your current ISP router might not be enough for the sufficient job that it needs to do when it comes to your ATIS homework, in terms of your e-learning at school, in terms of mommy's let's say streaming online of dramas, and then your father's watching sport at home. All of those can overload the router simply if you're using the stock router of your home. So I have here the Asus Rt Ac59u. This is actually an affordable router where it can really upgrade your home internet connection or your network, where it can handle a lot of devices, it can multitask in terms of overall connections, and perfect for online e-schooling or homeschooling, and even work from home. If you're really dependent on the internet right now, especially that a lot of people are working at home or even learning at home, this is a good investment when it comes to upgrading your networks. This is actually a router that costs only 3,620 pesos, but it can do a lot of difference in terms of your overall home connection. So let's see the package inside this router. Okay, so I'm just gonna open the label right now. So all Asus routers have 3 years warranty. That's good right now. But the good part about this one is once I open the router, let's see some packaging. Of course, you have your quick start guide, VIP member for warranty. The router itself. So this is the router itself. It's very compact. It's really not that big. So you can just spare it besides your ISP modem itself. It actually has 4 antennas. I'll explain later why. And then of course you have here a power adapter. This is 12 volts 1.5 amperes, so that's technically 18 watts of connection. Not bad at all, especially here in the Philippines. And of course you have here an Ethernet cable which you can use to connect to your home ISP modem. So that's it. It's pretty simple. At the back we have one USB 2.0, of course the DC in, DC or the power adapter in. We have the Ethernet for the home connection and 4 GB LAN ports. So what makes a router actually really good in terms of managing overall devices? One is actually how you manage the router itself. All Asus routers can actually be managed throughout the app. It's called Asus Router in your Google Play Store or Apple Store. So technically you can just download it and immediately set up the router itself. So secondly is it has 2 bands. Of course we have 2.4 GHz in terms of the basic ones, and 5 GHz for more complicated devices that can really do a lot of transferring of files. But both of those are actually capable of MU-MIMO or multi-user, multi-input, multi-output. So technically a lot of users can communicate to the router and communicate to them, carrying a lot of load back and forth. Unlike with old or traditional routers from your ISP, it's actually just a single core processor where there's a lot of backlogs. So this can actually handle a lot of more devices. For example, here in my house, I have around 25 devices that's all interconnected all at the same time. They all communicate to the router, sometimes having commands, transfers, and it's really getting a lot of heavy in terms of the network, especially at daytime, especially when everybody at the house is trying to do their work and also entertain themselves throughout the quarantine, of course. So if you're looking for a router that's good for management in terms of e-schooling, if you're also a parent, this router is also good because it has parental controls. So you can set the time and also the website that's really needed and block off unnecessary website for your children during the day or perhaps at the night, So you can manage their internet usage in terms of the overall network. So like for example, during daytime, they can only access the websites approved by your school. So they can access just more on educational content. And when it comes to 6 o'clock onwards, that's the only time they can have a little bit of leisure like Facebook, other social media sites, and even some games. So as a parent, that's really good. Additionally, it's also a gigabit LAN router. So technically, everything here is gigabit enabled. So like for example, if you're connecting to a smart TV, like for example, an PC console, network assisted storage, or technically even other CCTV systems, it can all handle here. And it's quite small and compact already for a router. This is one good investment already to manage everything that you do online, and at the same time properly address the problems in terms of your internet. This router also has QoS or queuing system in terms of adaptation in what kind of priorities you want to have on your network. Like for example, I want to prioritize web browsing in terms of streaming rather than gaming. You can also do that in this router. So in terms of overall usage, this is a good router investment for only 3,620 pesos. So AC or the Asus Rt Ac59u actually has one more surprise. This is actually Asus AI mesh capable. So like for example, for me, I already have the Asus Rt Ac86u. It's actually more of a gaming side router. But of course, I want to extend my network. I can actually use this router as a second AI node, so it could extend my network further all throughout the house, having a wider coverage, and it's actually really good for its price. This price point for a router is really good, and I assure you that if you have a home network that actually just uses the regular standard ISP modem, perhaps it's really time to invest on a better network with a router such as this one. Now, if your house isn't really that big but you need a more powerful router, like for example, handling a lot of streaming, a lot of networking, and much more higher in demand, it might be also good to consider the Asus Rt Ac1300UHP. It's actually a router with a quad-core processor that can handle a lot of more in terms of multitasking or a lot of devices, but it's priced a little bit higher at 4,250 pesos. Now, the price difference isn't really that big, but you should consider these two routers. If you have a bigger house, I suggest you get the Ac59u or the Rt Ac1300UHP if you have just a single-story house or a condominium that requires a lot of more connections. So these two routers are actually really good in terms of e-schooling or homeschooling. Even work at home, why not? It can handle pretty much everything on a family scale basis. Alright, so that's the rundown for the Asus Rt Ac59u. If you like this router, give it a thumbs up. And of course, that's to give everyone an opportunity to have a better home connection at their houses. Asus is actually giving away a unit of an Rt Ac1300UHP worth 4,250 pesos to improve your house connection. All you have to do is actually like this video, like Asus Philippines Facebook page, like the Hungry Geeks Philippines Facebook page, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Share this video and tag 3 friends and tell them why do you need an upgrade of your home for online schooling, such as the Asus Rt Ac59u or the Rt Ac1300UHP router. And we'll pick one winner for this video in the coming week. And of course, and with partnership with Asus, we'll select the best answer for this contest. So good luck to everyone. I hope that you have a good connection internet at home. It's really essential right now, and hopefully we can contribute a little bit more in terms of having the best internet connection at home. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Isun de Guzman, and this is Hungry Geeks, and see you on the next episode. Bye!